Okay, we're going to move on to part 2. I'm probably going to have to sign in again. Uh-oh, what was that? Design portrait. Okay, so we have successfully gone through the first portion of adding this product. See how it's divided up here? This is part 1. Show variants is part 2, which we are going to cover today. I'm going to click in there, and all that would be listed right here is your variance. So let's say this carpet comes 12 foot wide, it comes 15 foot wide, it comes 8 foot wide, which is rare unless it's boat carpet. But this one only comes 12 foot wide. So I'm going to click into there. So this will always say 12 foot width. Unless it's 15, then it would be 15 foot width. And the SKU would be -12 or -15. It's whatever the variant is with a dash in front of it. And I will explain to you where that comes in handy a bit later. So you'll always want to be sure that published is checked. The next important box here is the minimum quantity. This absolutely has to be filled in, or the calculation on the front end of the website will not work. If your carpet is 12 foot wide, the minimum quantity here is going to be 4. If your carpet is 15 foot wide, the minimum quantity is 4. 4 is the one that is used most often. The quantity discount table. This comes into play when there is a discount for purchasing a complete roll of carpet. And in these products, if you recall, the cost was $9.63 / $10.78 or something like that. So there was just about a dollar difference, and that price break came once the customer purchased 150 linear feet of carpet. Okay? This is a little overwhelming, so just know that and you'll get the hang of it. So, when I had sent over the information, I had told you that the carpet was 150 roll length, and this is the reason why. So first of all, you put in the actual cost of $9.63. That $9.63 is the lowest price. That's the quantity discount price. Now, let's say a person orders less than 150 linear feet. They'd probably end up paying they would end up paying the 1078 or something along those lines. But in order for that calculation to work, you have to choose the proper quantity discount table. Now, this is not 100% exact. So just because the discount pricing is $9.63 and the cut pricing, which is the higher price, is $10.78, it's give or take a dollar. It's $1.10 or something like that. But because it varies so often, we have just rounded it to the nearest dollar. Okay, so the actual cost is $9.63. The discount pricing was $7.78 or whatever, and the roll length was $150, and the carpet is 12 wide. So to be sure that you check the correct discount table, all you do is you click down and you get to choose. So see, as you can see, most of them are a dollar. Here's $1.20. And here's some that are in here because somebody probably didn't know what they were doing. But anyways, nevertheless. And actually, now that I see that $1.20 is in there, I could switch it except for the proper roll length isn't in there. And I could add that. Well, I'm not sure if I will right now today. But, so the price difference between the cut pricing and the roll pricing is $1. The roll length that I sent over to you was 150 linear feet. So you look for the $1 and then the 150, and then you make sure that it is for the proper variant length, which was 12-foot roll width, and you select that one. So the minimum quantity for a 12-foot roll is 4. Your quantity discount table will vary, but what varies for the most part is your roll length. Oftentimes the roll length is 125. So 125 and 150 are your most popular. And then you'll need to make sure that you use the proper roll width right here. And then the next thing you'd fill in is your roll pricing of the carpet. So if that one was $9.63 and then the cut pricing was $10.63, it's the lower pricing of the two that goes right here, okay? This will be clear to you here in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and update that. And then I'm going to go to attributes. So what we should have here is all of the colors listed. Make sure they're all capitalized and spelled properly. And the color skew always has a dash in front of it. And the sizes here is the face weight of the carpet, which we determined here on Mohawk Net was 32 ounces. So you have 32, and this should say ounce, OZ behind it, and then a dash 32. Now let's just say it was 64 ounces. This would be 64, and this would be 64, but it's not, it's 32. So I'm going to update that. So this is the second half, probably the most important. Now I'm going to go to our main Capri carpet page, and we're going to search for this product. Design Portrait, where is it? I'm probably looking right at it. Or I didn't publish it, one of the two. Okay, Design Portrait. Okay, so here what you're going to see is the pictures that you have entered and the bluff view, the color names. Now if I were to click on this bluff view, it's going to bring it up here, or did it? It's supposed to bring it up here into the Zoomify view. Don't ask me why it's not. I guess that's something I'll ask my developer about. I swear it's always something. See, that one came up there. Maybe that one is Bluff View already. Okay, so Driftwood, and then you can Zoomify. But the funny thing is, if you don't have an image in that one spot that says no color selected, the Zoomify won't work. It's just the craziest thing. But here's the description that I copied from the Caldwell carpet site. And here are the specs on the carpet. So somebody knows this is a 12-foot wide plush carpet. It's made of 75% Smart Strand Ultra BCF Triexta and 25% BCF PET, and it has OptiBack carpet backing. Again, the one thing I do really like to have in there, and I'll go back to the main page, is the face weight. So I'm going to put in here 32 ounce face weight. And again, I like the OZ is lowercase, face weight is capitalized, and I'm going to go over here and I'll refresh that, and you can see that that shows up. So I was talking about the calculation box, and this is it right here, okay? So the variation is the width of the carpet, and we know that the variation is 12 foot wide. So when you enter a product and you want to always be sure that you are doing this calculation once a product has been entered. The face weight is 32. The color is Bluffview. So here is your test. And I always like to use the numbers 4 and 400 for this test. So the coverage, let's say they have 4 square yards. So I put in the number 4, and it tells me that the price for this carpet is $12.75 per square yard. But I wanted 4 square yards, so 4 times the $12.75 brings you to $51. But remember there was that quantity discount table where if they buy 150 linear feet, they get a discount? So we're going to test this theory and make sure that we entered it right. And we're going to add 2 zeros there. And look at that. That $12.75 dropped to $11.75. And that's exactly what we're looking for. That's our test, okay? So down here, it's listing a couple of the features, and this isn't, again, working 100% properly because I thought we had entered this in as a rental carpet, and we can go in and see. Oh, one thing that I see right here, see this little space right here? What is happening is maybe you're trying to upload too many pictures at once. So enter 2 colors into your multi-image manager and upload. Enter 2 more, upload. Enter 2 more, upload. And that usually fixes this, okay? All right, so let me just go back to use for application here in our mapping and see what all is checked. So residential carpet. It's a smart strand. Actually, let's see, I think I should be looking on this side. So what do we have it down in the filters as? So it's a soft surface. It's a soft surface carpet. It's a 30 ounce. And here's our application, which shows up as high traffic, which shows up. Oops. And residential, which it shows up as. It's not novelty. Is it patterned or solid? Let me pop back and look at the pictures. It's textured or flecked. Okay, so textured or flecked. I'm not even really sure why that's not showing up over here, but that actually makes it show up when someone filters it properly. So that part isn't real important, but so application would be the most important thing for it to show up as, really, I guess, if I don't want to get too creepy. But let me see if I can put it in rental property carpet. Smart strand. Did I miss rental property? I really just need to work on this. It's very annoying. Rental property is an important one. So see, it does show up as rental property carpet over here, but I'm not seeing it on this side. I just need to do a little bit of work on that. Okay, but here's what I wanted to show you. Remember when we were filling in the related products that are over here on the options screen, this related products? These are similar products to the one that we have here, and they show up right down here. One thing I do want to change just is see how we have the room views? I used to think that that is how I wanted it to show up, but looking at these room views, you don't really get a good idea of what this carpet looks like. So I want to replace anything with a room view to a main carpet image, just like this, because I think this is easier to look at than that is, because this you have to go completely into the product to look at and really see what it looks like, and that's, I really just don't really care for that much. All right, so then related, or excuse me, accessories is the padding that we have to offer. And we actually have quite a bit more than that, and I'd love to get some uploaded in there. especially this Healthier Choice isn't a great picture. All right, but again, this calculation, very, very important to make sure that you make sure that that calculation works each and every time. Oh, here's the other thing. In the multi-image manager, when you don't have a picture in that no color selected box, if you were wanting to post this to Facebook, then a picture wouldn't show up. Let me see. I'm sure I almost don't like to show things while I'm on a webinar because sure enough, the minute I do, it won't show up, and that's really frustrating. But, oh, anyway, I clicked on my Facebook post and it took me to this page, so I guess that's not terrible, even though that's not what I meant to happen. But anyway, that gives you a good idea of what I'm looking at right there. Again, just wanted to make sure to understand that it's important to check this box right here and make sure that the calculation works. I think I am going to have the MSRP up a little. I'm going to up the price a little bit. But hey, let me just show you one thing here. So let's say I wanted a sample. My customer is going to order a sample of this stuff. And they have to do it in order. And then they're going to click Get Free Samples. So you know how I was telling you that if it's 12 foot wide, you need to make sure to add that dash. And then there's the color skew, and you add the dash before. And then the 32 is the face weight, and you add the dash before. When we get a sample request, we can look at this right here and know exactly what it is that I need to order from the mill. The style number is 2K20. It's from Mohawk. This carpet is 12 foot wide. It's color number 509, and it's a 32-ounce face weight. Now, there are many situations, like in textured value, if you wanted to look at it, where there can be, I believe there's like 3 or 4 different face weights that same carpet comes in. So it's really cool when I look at that. I know exactly which one to order without doing a whole bunch of investigation into it. So that is why it all makes sense. It's just a little overwhelming at first, but have no fear, you will get it, and more coming soon. Today we're going to do a quick rundown on how to do a product. So yesterday you did design inspiration. So I'm just going to type that in, and it is searching for it. I'm going to click on it, and up here comes Mohawk Design Inspiration Carpet. I'm going to clone it. I'm cloning this product because I did go in there and update any errors that we had, so I feel like it's a safe one to clone. And then I'm going to search for the cloned product and make sure that there isn't any others in there on accident. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the product name, and the product we're entering is Design Portrait. I have a couple different windows in here open with that Design Portrait. One is Caldwell Carpet, and the other one is Mohawk Net, which you'd need a password to get into. But as you can see on Caldwell Carpet, you can see that they have a nice little description right here, which is actually very important for search engine, as I'm sure your husband would tell you. This is the description of the product, and it's important to have that in our site as well. And then they're really good about having the images down below here, and this is a great site to copy most times. Alrighty, so Design Portrait Carpet, and I need to go over there and delete the cloned. As always, every product is a generic product. The Mohawk is the manufacturer. The SKU is, of course, M there and M here. And then the style is 2K20. So I will update that. M2K20. This product is sold by Square Yard with a capital S and a capital Y. I am going to go ahead and publish this, and it is on the correct XML package. Normally there is nothing else you would need to change on this. The size option prompt is correct at face weight there with a capital F and a capital W. I'm going to update this. Oh, you know what? Shoot, you actually put this in there, didn't you? Let me just go ahead and I'm going to save and close this for now. And I'll search for design portrait again. Okay. So this was mine right there, so I'm going to nuke it. Okay, so this is yours, and it says that it's a plush carpet. And here on Caldwell, it also says that it's plush, so we're pretty cool there. All right, so let me go ahead and click into your product, and I apologize for that. So the name looks good. It is Mohawk. The SKU and the manufacturer part looks great. The Square Yard with a capital S and a capital Y is awesome. So we're just going to go ahead and publish that. The XML is correct and face weight is correct as well. So that is great. I'm just going to go ahead and go over to the next images tab, which it does look like you have an image there. And I'm going to click into the large multi-image manager. Here is one thing you are missing, and this is very important. Even though it says no color selected here, we absolutely have to have a color put in here or our Zoomify does not work. All right, and so if you can pop in there and add that color into that box, that would be great. Also, I just sent over a list of images to add on some of these team and sport rugs. That is the box I was talking about that needs to have an image. So it needs to have the large one entered here. It needs to be saved, and then you click here and then you add that image. Okay, so very good there. Summary is blank, and here is the description. Now, all products need descriptions, and what is really fantastic here, and we normally shouldn't be copying these, but I want to just give you a good idea of really what we should have in there. I'm going to click over to the HTML because some of Caldwell's stuff is going to transfer over, and we don't want any of that. But this is a great thing to do. I'd love to start doing this. So with anything you enter in the future, if you could follow their layout. Okay, so there's that. And again, I'm in the HTML so you can see the code. Back to Caldwell, I see here that they have the 12-foot wide plush. And I'll pop down a couple lines. And of course, I like my foot capitalized. I know I'm crazy there. And then the content of the carpet, we'll copy that. And we'll do the page break there. And I don't know how they do this. We should ask your husband. You can see though that we didn't copy this, but yet it's showing up in our code. So I'm sure there's something that we could learn from that, as usual. Okay, Optibac carpet backing. Oops, wrong one. Made in America. That's really awesome because that's a big thing here for people. And so we love to tout that anytime we can. Here is the warranty information. The warranty information actually goes clear over here in the extension data. And so actually, you know what, it probably could have stayed the same. Because I have to have their, I need to get rid of that little space there. I'm going to copy that. Actually, I'm not ready to copy that. Ah, no! Where fade? I guess I could just leave that. But anyways, ask your husband how they're doing that with putting in their link there. I just find that very interesting. So I'm just going to go ahead and update that. And go back to the description. And I was in HTML. But apparently I did something wrong. Sorry, my videos go on forever and they're boring, and I realize that. Let's do one more right here. All right, so we'll see what it looks like for real. What in the world? Let's force a space there. Take that. Okay, search engine information. Mohawk Design Portrait Carpet. This again, would love to get your husband's take on this. Really what I believe we should be doing is searching to see what's being searched for on Google. And you do have marketed Mohawk Design Style, Portrait Carpet. I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't know why. And then I really like this Simple Suite right there. Here's the mappings. This can be very confusing. So let's run down these real quick. Special deals. This is a new product, so I'll click that. It is a residential carpet. It is a textured plush carpet. Cut and uncut carpet normally means that there's a pattern involved. Let's take a look at this. When I say pattern, it would be like some of these strands of carpet are cut and some of them are a loop and actually make some sort of a pattern. So I would not say that this is cut and uncut. Is this a Smart Strand eco-friendly? Let's see what Caldwell has to say. It is a Smart Strand, so yes, we want to keep that clicked. Is it patterned? No, it is not. If it was patterned, it would be cut and uncut, kind of like the Design Inspiration, the last product that you did. Okay, so let's see. And depending on what the prices is, really determines whether or not it should go in rental property. If it's priced less, right around $12, then I'll put it in rental property carpet. And I'm just going to stick it in there. I do believe this one is fairly inexpensive. We'll look for it in a minute. Okay, and it doesn't really seem to fit into any of these other categories. And all products is always clicked and should stay clicked. Now the departments is real important when it comes to filtering our products. As you can see, it's really a disaster with all of these rugs up top, so you have to scroll all the way through them all. Carpet is always a soft surface. Soft surface and carpet, yes it is. This face weight does not need to be clicked. You're always looking for the last bit of information here to determine whether or not it should be clicked. So let me see what the face weight is on this. This is again on the Mohawk site that you don't have access to without a password. It's 32 ounce. And actually that's something I normally like to put in my description. Soft surface carpet used for high traffic, yes. Used for residential, yes. Is it a patterned or a solid? That one always confuses me. I swear I'm going to get rid of that heading altogether. But here's a patterned or a patterned. If it were cut and uncut, I would put it there. It's not a sports team logo. It is more of a textured or a flecked, so you totally nailed that. And the reason I say that is because it looks like there's several different colors all woven together, or little flecks of color here, flecks of color there. So right on with that one. Soft surface carpet style. Is it beautiful? I'm going to get rid of that. It is a plush, so that is correct. And it is a smart strand. It's 12 foot wide. And it does not qualify for any of these others, as you can see. So that would make the mappings okay there. Okay, so search engines, mapping. Let me just go ahead and hit update here. Store mapping, you don't have to do anything with that tab right now. Here, options is one that could be semi-confusing for you. With the related products is other products that could potentially, people may want to take a look at. And since that was a plush, and it was also a smart strand, you can do this, but really what I like to do is just offer plush. So a little shortcut here is to put plush and search, and then what I'll get is a list of plush carpets that will show up that people may want to consider instead of this design portrait option. So I'm going to click a few of those. I won't go too crazy. Now this one right here, the upsell product, is padding. And actually, it looks like that was all correct. So diamond carpet. So normally you would just put pad in and search for it and add it. All right, there. Now you have all the padding. So let me update this. And I'm going ahead and I'm going to stop this video right here. This is the main product. The next video is going to show you how to update the variant side of things.